Are you ready to turn heads? Luxury isn't just worn, it's experienced. Introducing a Layla Cara style and new up-and-coming designer collection where exclusive shoes and bags for men and women meets your feet. How about you take a handbag and wear it in style, where each piece is personally designed by Layla Carroll herself and handcrafted from the finest material in Italy. Leather, smooth like butter, bold, timeless, distinctly you. Step into true elegance and make your mark with a Layla Cara style where confidence meets craftsmanship. Visit a Layla Cara style and experience the luxury of art that you wear. Chapter 2: Common Sources of Stress. Stress can come from many different sources, and it is important to identify the specific source of stress in our lives in order to deal with it effectively. Common causes of stress are work, financial problems, family problems, health problems, and major life changes. Work-related stress is one of the most common causes of stress. This could be a heavy workload, long working hours, a difficult boss or coworker, or lack of job security. Financial stress can be a major source of stress, especially when it comes to debt, bills, and unexpected expenses. Family problems can also affect stress levels. This could be relationship issues, conflict with children, or caring for a sick or elderly family member. Health problems, whether ours or a loved one's, can also be a significant source of stress. Significant life changes such as moving, getting married, or having a baby can be both exciting and stressful. These changes can disrupt our daily routine and require you to adapt to a challenging and stressful new environment. In order to effectively manage stress, it is important to identify the specific causes of stress in our lives and take steps to reduce or eliminate stress as much as possible. This can include changing jobs, finances, or family circumstances, or developing healthy coping strategies to help you deal with stress. Work-related stress is one of the most common causes of stress. This could be a heavy workload, long working hours, a difficult boss or coworker, or lack of job security. For many people, work-related stress can feel overwhelming and unavoidable. However, there are steps you can take to reduce work-related stress. One of the ways to reduce work stress is to prioritize your work and manage your time effectively. This can include breaking the task into smaller, more manageable chunks, and creating a schedule to ensure that the task is completed on time. It is also important to take breaks throughout the day to rest and rejuvenate or avoid and make sure you avoid prolonged non-stop work. Another way to reduce work stress is to communicate effectively with colleagues and superiors. This can include setting clear boundaries and expectations, and openly and honestly discussing issues that may be stressful. Also, seeking support from coworkers or supervisors can help reduce work-related stress. Financial stress can be a major source of stress, especially when it comes to debt, bills, or unexpected expenses. Financial stress can feel overwhelming and contribute to feeling of insecurity and powerlessness. However, there are steps you can take to reduce your financial stress. One way to reduce financial stress is to create and stick to a budget. This may include tracking expenses and making a plan to pay off debt or save money. It is also important to avoid overspending and be mindful of unnecessary spending. Another way to reduce financial stress is to seek professional financial advice. A financial advisor can provide advice on how to effectively manage your money and develop a plan to achieve your financial goals. Also, asking for support from family or friends can help reduce financial stress. But please be careful with that. Just saying, if you're asking to borrow money, you know it's hard to borrow from friends and family because they hold it over your head. So please be careful with that. Family problems can also affect stress levels. This could be relationship issues, conflict with children, or caring for a sick or elderly family member. Family issues can be emotionally taxing and overwhelming. However, there are steps you can take to reduce family-related stress. One way to reduce family stress is to communicate effectively with your family. This can include setting clear boundaries and expectations, and openly and honestly discussing issues that may be stressing you out. It's also important to seek help from family and friends who can support and provide emotional support and practical help. Although there's other ways, and another way to reduce stress from family members is to take care of yourself. That is actually the number one important way to reduce family stress-related issues is to take care of yourself. This can include enjoying an activity or finding time for relaxation and wellness, finding time to pamper yourself, give yourself the things that you've been desiring but been putting off for so long. Take care of yourself. It is also important to practice healthy coping strategies such as exercising, meditation, and therapy. Or therapy. Either way, find what works for you. Health problems with ourselves or our loved ones can also be an important source of stress. Health problems can be physically or emotionally challenging and can feel overwhelming. However, there are steps you can take to reduce health-related stress. One way to reduce health-related stress is to seek medical advice and treatment. This may include consulting with your healthcare provider to develop a treatment plan and effectively manage your symptoms. It's also important to take care of yourself. Once again, I'm going to say it again. It's also important to take care of yourself and engage in activities that promote your physical and emotional well-being. Another way to reduce health-related stress is to seek help from family and friends. This may include sharing your concerns and seeking emotional support and practical help. It's also important to practice healthy coping strategies like mindfulness, exercise, or therapy. Different types of stress. Stress types. I want to elaborate on the different types of stress. Stress types. Not all stress are equal. There are different types of stress, each with their own unique causes and effects on our minds and body. Understanding the different types of stress can help you identify the sources of stress in your life and develop effective coping strategies. Acute stress. Acute stress is the most common type of stress. A short-term response to a specific event or situation, such as giving a speech or trying to avoid an accident. Acute stress triggers a fight or flight response that can lead to physical symptoms such as heart palpitation, sweating, and tremors. Acute stress can be helpful in the short term. This will give you the energy and focus you need to respond to difficult situations. However, when acute stress becomes chronic, it can negatively impact physical and mental health. Yeah. Chronic stress. Chronic stress is long-term stress caused by persistent stressors such as hard work, toxic relationships, or financial problems. Chronic stress can cause several health problems, including heart disease, high blood pressure, obesity, diabetes, depression, anxiety, and insomnia. Eustress. Eustress is a positive type of stress related to arousal and motivation. It is often triggered by events that challenge us in a positive way, such as starting a new job, getting married, or running a race. Eustress can help you improve your productivity and reach your goals. Distress. Distress is a negative type of stress that is associated with feelings of anxiety, fear, and overwhelm. It is often caused by events that are perceived as threatening, such as a job loss, a serious illness, or a relationship breakup. The stress can have negative effects on our physical and mental health and could lead to problems such as depression, anxiety, and substance abuse. Traumatic stress. Traumatic stress is a type of stress that is caused by exposure to a traumatic event, such as a natural disaster, a car accident, or an act of violence. Traumatic stress can cause a range of symptoms, including flashbacks, nightmares, anxiety, depression, and avoidant behavior. Burnout. Burnout is a type of stress caused by chronic work-related stressors, such as excessive workload, lack of control, and lack of social support. Burnout is characterized by emotional exhaustion, depersonalization, and reduced senses of personal fulfillment. This can lead to physical and mental health problems, including depression, anxiety, and cardiovascular disease. Secondary traumatic stress. Secondary traumatic stress is a type of stress experienced by those who work with or care for trauma survivors. It is frequently encountered by healthcare workers, first responders, and social workers. Secondary traumatic stress can cause symptoms such as anxiety, depression, and avoidant behavior. Post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. Post-traumatic stress disorder is a type of stress caused by a traumatic event. PTSD is characterized by symptoms such as flashbacks, nightmares, avoidant behavior, and excessive arousal. PTSD can significantly affect a person's daily life and can lead to problems such as depression, anxiety, and substance abuse. There are many different types of stress, each with their own causes and effect affecting our body and mind. Understanding the different types of stress can help you identify the sources of stress in your life and develop effective coping strategies. By effectively managing your stress, you can improve your physical and mental health and live a happier and more fulfilled life. This concludes Chapter 2.
Are you feeling overwhelmed and exhausted by stress? Introducing Stress Management with Imaging Coaching, your ticket to a calmer, more balanced life. In this journey you will be taking with us here at Imaging Coaching, we'll equip you with powerful techniques and tools you can use to conquer stress, regain control, and transform your life. From deep breathing exercises to mindfulness practices, you'll discover the tools to relax your mind and body. Come join us on this transformative path and unlock a world of inner peace and resilience. Don't let stress hold you back any longer. Take charge of your well-being today with Imaging Coaching, your stress management team. Discover clarity, Defeat stress through imaging coaching at imagingcoaching.com. At imagingcoaching.com. At imagingcoaching.com. At imagingcoaching.com.